Hello guys! Thank you for supporting my work through Patreon. Today I'm gonna show you how I started drawing from zero. I usually take references from Posemaniacs, which is a website that shares model and poses. And Posemaniacs also shares models like floating heads, torsos, hands and feet. You can rotate the models as you wish and use them in case you need to fix the anatomy in your sketches. Today, I'll be drawing a demon, a random OC of mine, starting from the sketch and composition, then starting the color palettes and finally adding details and paint over the merged layers. I start sketching with Psy with a brush that emulates graphite. Taking one Posemaniacs pose as reference. I always start sketching the head and face of the character, adding some anatomy structure just above the sketch. Using references will help you in creating a more correct drawing, but you don't have to follow your refs too literally, unless you're a beginner. The only problem with models from Posemaniacs is that you may add skin on your own. I would personally suggest you to use a live model first, then when you're a bit more expert you can try with Posemaniacs. Start taking references from the model, then change the pose as you wish. Use the head model in the link. You can fully rotate it. Flip horizontally will help you in noticing mistakes like head being too big or other anatomy issues. I personally start from the outline, then I choose a palette and a background color, and I start painting on a layer just below my lines. Once the anatomy is fixed and your sketch done, you can choose your color palette. I start picking up colors from my palette collection. I often use secondary and complementary colors in my illustrations. I'm sharing my color palettes with patrons who pledged over $5. You can find them in the creations folder of my Patreon page. You may need to lower the opacity of your lines. Even if I quite dislike big color illustrations, I usually start coloring from a nearly monochromatic palette. Then I add additional colors to increase the gamma range and make my illustration more appealing. But it's better not to use every color of the spectre in a single picture. There are actually some rules concerning colors. I'm gonna keep it brief this time since it's not the focus of this tutorial. You may know already there are 3 primary colors: cyan, which is a shade of blue, magenta, a shade of red, and yellow. If you want to produce secondary colors, you can take a blur brush and mix each color with the ones nearby. You'll get orange from yellow and magenta, green from yellow and blue, and purple from blue and magenta. Now there's another step which is really important for illustrators to keep in mind: complementary colors. Each primary color has a complementary color, which is the secondary color that generates from mixing the 2 remaining primary colors. Complementary colors are magenta and green, blue and orange, yellow and purple. Complementary colors are really important when it comes to painting. If you put them close together, you'll get an annoying optical illusion, where each color tries to transfer on the other. An imaginary halo will appear on the border between the 2 colors. Complementary colors can also be mixed together, and one can be used to desaturate the other. If you mix them together, you will gain a brown. I want to add another color, but I don't want to ruin my palette. Which color could I use? Before responding, we should also consider the color temperature. Magenta is often a warm color and green mostly a cool color, but it depends. Magentas close to red are warmer than magentas close to purple. And same is for green. Greens closer to yellow are warmer than green closer to blue. But my green is a bit close to yellow, so I'd rather use orange for my backlight. Orange is a warm color. Blue is always a cool color. It would have been in contrast to the rest, and you would have noticed it at first glance. Since the orb is the focus of the drawing, I could have done the orb blue and the rest in green and magenta, but blue is a deep color and inspires trust. I wanted the demon to look malicious, and acid green was perfect for this purpose. After you've selected your palette, use a soft brush to shade big parts of the body and to give a global effect to your drawing. Always keep an eye on the navigator preview. Once I've done with Paint Tool SAI, I merge layers and open the JPEG file in Autodesk Pixlr, which is basically software for photo adjusting, but I use it often for background and commissions too. When I find a nice background that could fit my image, I open Photoshop. First, I need to create a new layer for the figure. Then I copy-paste the background from my Pixlr file. I saved many versions of the same image to see which one resulted to be the best. I like this one with the smoke effect. After choosing my background, I create a new layer and start painting over it. Photoshop is also the best for textured brushes and glow effects. I use a sharp brush on a new layer and then I apply a particular style with pink glowing, which is perfect for this picture. I also like the backlight effect. It doesn't matter if the glow covers the orange I've previously chosen. The palette changed from the beginning anyway. Always, I repeat, always keep an eye on your navigator. That's your thumbnail. People will notice your work from the preview, so it will better work in small size. Keep fixing the drawing, use the preview as guide. You'll have time to fix details later. Keep cleaning everything and liquefy parts that look awkward. Once you've done, save on a new file. Use Ctrl-Shift-C to copy all the visible layers and then use Ctrl-Shift-V on a new canvas. It will save all your visible layers without merging them. Sai unfortunately doesn't have this option. Close PS, open Sai, start adding details unless you're satisfied. You're almost done. And don't clean too much. A rough look is always better. See you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.